Getting over someone is hard enough, but when you have to see them every single day at work, at school, maybe in your neighborhood, it can be impossible or it can feel impossible. I remember a friend telling me, how am I supposed to heal when my heartache is standing at the copy machine every morning? Today, I'm sharing practical tips and real life stories to help you get through this season. What makes this situation so hard? Constant visual reminders keeps emotions raw. Limited space to process privately. That is what makes this situation so hard. My cousin told me that every time she saw him in the hallway, it was like ripping the bandage off again. That's why strategy and emotional boundaries matter. Step number one, acknowledge your feelings without shame. Pretending you're fine, it doesn't help. Name the hurt. So we're not going to pretend anymore. We're not going to act like we aren't hurting. We're going to name what's hurting us. We're going to feel it without shame. One woman told me that she journaled every night about her feelings after seeing her ex at work. She said writing it down kept her from exploding at her desk. So journaling is so powerful. And I know some people don't like to write, but even if you don't like to write, I think I mentioned in a previous post that I have a journaling app where I type it because sometimes I type faster than I write. But it's the journaling app is a game changer for me. It helps me to release all of those thoughts, especially like I love to journal before I go to bed because it's my way of downloading before I close my eyes because I don't want to go to sleep with all of that weight on. So, like I said, this woman once told me that she every night, she would just get out her feelings about her ex, on a piece of paper in her journal. And she said that helped her from exploding when she would see him at work every day. Step number two, stop feeding the fantasy version of them. Don't romanticize old memories of what ifs and see the whole picture and not just the highlight reel. One of my girlfriends once told me that she kept replaying the good times, but she kept forgetting the red flags that ended the relationship. And that is what was keeping her stuck. She kept replaying all of the good times. Oh my gosh, we had a good time when we went to Greece. Oh my gosh, we had a good time when we first met his parents and when he first met my parents. Oh my goodness, we had a good time when we first, went on our first date. But she kept forgetting the red flags in the relationship along the way. And that is what keeps us stuck. So, not feeding the fantasy of a version of them. Step number three, shift the way you interact. Be polite with them, but keep that distance. Shorten the conversations and no extra emotional labor. A coworker said she stopped talking to her ex about personal things. Work talk only. She laughed, when she said that, work talk only. And she said that it saved her sanity. So, if you are forced to see that person every day, limit the conversation, short conversations. If they work with you, only talk about work and keep it moving. Step number four, building emotional boundaries. Emotional space matters too, you guys, not just personal space, but emotional space, even if physical space isn't possible. So, my neighbor said she started visualizing an invisible boundary around her heart when she saw her ex. And it reminded her um, not everything he says needs a reaction. And this is so key. I always tell people about the zipper. My cousin taught me this. Like before you go, like if you work where your ex works, or if you have to see your ex for whatever reason, on a consistent basis, um, whether it's because of your child or because y'all work together or whatever the case may be. Um, I call it the zip up method. My friend called it like, she visualized a boundary around her heart. For me, it's a zipper. So before you walk in to where your ex is, if it's your work or whatever, like visualize yourself zipping yourself all the way up, like to your neck, right? And that zip up is the protection that you and the boundary that you are giving yourself from, when you have to see that person, when you have to see that person face to face and connect with them. And it reminds you that not everything they say or that they're about to say deserves a reaction from you. You get it? So do the zip up or do the imaginary, boundary around your heart, whatever you need to do to protect your peace in that moment, but build emotional boundaries. Step 5, focus on what you can control. You can't control seeing them. You can control your healing habits, but you cannot control seeing them. You're going to see them, right? Especially if you work with them, you're going to see them. One guy said that he started taking lunch breaks outside instead of in the office where his ex sat. So it gave him breathing room. So sometimes we have to, detour. So if you work with your ex and they're going to be at a certain place, when you are taking your lunch break, then detour, like go somewhere else to eat lunch, whether it's outside or another place within the company. I mean, within your job, but go somewhere else to eat lunch. Step number 6, create new routines that don't include them. Replace old routines that involve them with fresh habits. A teacher told me she joined a yoga class after school. It gave her something to look forward to that had nothing to do with him. So, making sure you replace those old routines. So things that you used to do with them, replace those old routines with something else. You can go to paint, but whatever you used to do with them, whether y'all used to go to this coffee shop together, on a consistent basis, go to another coffee shop in another part of town, but reduce or replace those old routines with new ones, with fresh habits. Step number 7, lean into your support systems, your friends, your therapy, your faith communities. Don't isolate. Whatever you do, don't isolate. My friend said she started a group chat with her sisters, and she said it was her safe space to vent after tough days. So sometimes we have to do that, right? Lean into our support system, because we can't, guess what? We weren't meant to do this alone. We weren't meant to face those rough times alone. We have, a support system. So we need to lean into that support system, whether it's people at your church, people in your small group, whether it's a meetup of friends that you get with consistently on a consistent basis. Lean into them. Let them be the people that you vent to before you go on social media and start venting, or before you, re-engage with that ex or that partner, that ex-partner. Step 8, turn the pain into purpose. Use the experience for growth, creativity, or helping others. This is so important, y'all. Turning our pain into purpose. A woman I knew started writing poetry about her heartbreak. She said that she didn't expect it to heal her, but it did. So using our pain for purpose, going and help somebody else. Like sometimes we focus on our pain so much that really, like, if we gave back, if we thought about, like, how can I give back? Because this pain has been overwhelming me. This pain has been overtaking me. So I want to take the focus off of myself for the moment, and I want to give back. So going to volunteer at a nursing home or a school or wherever, volunteering your time and taking your focus off of that pain. And using that pain for experience and creativity. Healing is not linear. I can't express that enough. Some days it's going to hurt more than others. My coworker told me that she cried in the bathroom once, and then she went back to her desk and she kept it moving. It's a process. So sometimes we can't, stop or go on vacation or, to get the healing that we need. We can't stop and, take a week or 2 or 3 off. We got to keep it moving. And sometimes that looks like going in the bathroom, going in your car to cry. And then, once you get it out, come back to work and keep it moving. But it's knowing that it's a process, having grace for yourself and knowing that it's a process. You can get over someone even if you see them every day. You can. It takes intention, it takes boundaries, and grace for yourself. Healing is possible even here. If this video helped you, I want you to share it with someone. And most of all, guys, I really want to hear from you in the comments. I want to hear how this video resonated, if this video resonated with you. And if it helped you, please share it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.